I know!
Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god, I got him!
I won, Maxis!
And we're doing split screen!
You guys out here, and today's video is gonna be, well, it's gonna be something I wanted to talk about for the past year or so, and that is the ray gun versus the ray gun Mark II versus the ray gun Mark III. So first I'm gonna discuss all of the traits of the normal ray gun and what makes it pretty good. Now, the one thing about the ray gun that the ray gun Mark II and III don't do is they don't make crawlers. Well, yeah, they don't really make crawlers. I know it's rare for the Mark II to make a crawler, but the ray gun, normal ray gun, pretty much will make a crawler instantly, like in one shot. Even when it's like round like 80, they'll become a crawler in one shot from the ray gun. But there's a disadvantage. Once that zombie becomes a crawler around 80, it takes like 40 rounds to kill that crawler because obviously it's a high round. Now, the reloading of the ray gun is, I think, the slowest out of all the other ray gun reloadings, which you could see the slowness of it is kind of like, eh. Now, the ammo for this is, it's a decent amount, I have to say. Again, the other disadvantage is this ray gun does more splash damage than the others. Now, both ray gun Mark II and III do splash damage, but is extremely rare and has to be in extreme circumstances for that to happen. But the normal ray gun will splash damage you every time if you're close enough. Yeah, the reason why I'm not getting splash damage here is because I have danger closest on, which I love to have because it's pretty amazing. Now, the ray gun's damage is roughly around 2,000 to 3,000, and even when you pack the ray gun, there really isn't like a significant increase of damage. Like, there really isn't a huge amount of damage that gets increased for the ray gun when it becomes packed. Pretty much you just get more ammo, very small amount of damage increase. So all in all, I would still choose the ray gun normally because obviously the ray gun Mark II is only in Black Ops 2 and or Black Ops 3 last gen. Now, I don't know if ray gun Mark II is going to be in Black Ops 4 for the last DLC. It might. And the ray gun Mark III is only in Grodd ever, so I really can't like say that the normal ray gun is, I think, the most reliable to use if you want to get crawlers all the time. So that's my opinion. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Alright, so that's just my opinion. Now, the ray gun Mark II. Now, the ray gun Mark II does have a bit of damage, and the difference between the ray gun and this and the ray gun Mark III is this will shoot through multiple zombies, unlike the ray gun. The ray gun will not shoot through multiple zombies. And the thing about the ray gun Mark II, which is good also, is the damage is about 10 times more stronger than the normal ray gun. Now, the only disadvantage again is this does not make crawlers. I'm pretty sure it will not make crawlers, but this, when it becomes pack-a-punched, the damage is about almost 250,000 if you aim to the head. So I'm not 100% sure, but around 70 to 80 is when it won't do a one shot to the head. Now, that has to be directly to the head, because if you shoot the body at that round, I think it'll still damage the zombie a lot, but yeah. Now, the reloading for the ray gun Mark II is a lot quicker than the ray gun. That's pretty much the disadvantage of the normal ray gun, the super slow reloading. But if you're going to talk about the World at War Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 reloading, those are pretty quick altogether. So, when this becomes pack-a-punched, there is a huge increase of damage. Like, you get at least 3 to 4 times damage increase. Now, as you can see there, you know, it's hard to show an example of splash damage for the ray gun Mark II because for some reason, I remember in Buried, I downed myself with the ray gun splash damage. Now, as you can see here, I'm trying to demonstrate splash damage. It's really hard because the normal splash damage shooting the ground won't happen. It's only when you shoot the zombie and you're really close to him is when you'll be splash damage. And let me warn you, the splash damage for Mark II does a lot of damage. It's like 3 to 4 hits of damage. It'll pretty much red screen you if you don't have Jug, and you'll be like 1 away from red screening with Jug. So yeah. So now we're going to move on to the ray gun Mark III. Now the Mark III is on the right side of the gun. The GKZ part is on the left side here. So I pretty much show both because, like, why not? So the ray gun Mark III actually pretty much does the same as the ray gun Mark II, except it doesn't shoot 3 at a time. It's not like a semi-auto burst. This is a single fire, and you know, out of all 3 ray guns, this is probably your best one to use when doing trains, because honestly, the ray gun Mark III was gonna go through a lot of zombies, and it's gonna cause a lot of damage. Now, again, when this gets pack-a-punched, the damage increase from it being pack-a-punched, again, is pretty good. It is. The damage increase for the Mark III when packed does increase, not like the ray gun where it only increases a small amount. And also the reloading for the Mark III is pretty quickly also. I think it's the fastest out of the 3. The only disadvantage it being is that you can only get you only can get this on Grodd. And for the ray gun Mark II, for Zombie Chronicles, only one person may have it. But like Black Ops 2 zombies, everybody can have the ray gun Mark II, I think, except for Buried. I'm not sure, it's one of the maps. And then for this, ray gun Mark III can only be gotten by one person, or you can use the kind of cheeky way, and that is die with that gobble gum where you keep all your weapons and then someone use the box when you're dead and then to get it. All in all, when you mix these two together, it creates like a mini Gersh. When the GKZ Mark III are together, it'll create like a Gersh device. But as you can see there, you can actually take splash damage from the... You know, I don't know. I think it's only from the GKZ part. I think it's super rare that you'll get splash damage from ray gun Mark III. Again, you have to be really close to the zombie, and you have to shoot him, like, super close like that. Now, I don't know if that was splash damage there, or he just attacked me at the same time. All in all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, tell me your opinions in the comments below. What is your favorite ray gun? What do you think is the best ray gun? What do you think it just is? This video, I just pieced together very quick, easy video because I wanted to give you guys my opinion on all 3 ray gun versions. So that's pretty much about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Just like always, peace. Toasting them.
Listen. Adios.
Mother